Hello guys, my name's Aimbot and I'm coming at you with a new video. I've been thinking a lot about the future of the Call of Duty franchise just because there's so many other first-person shooter games coming out this year, and to me, I don't know about you guys' personal opinion on Ghost. I mean, it's offering the typical Call of Duty experience, and I think in some ways it's a little bit inferior to the previous iterations like Black Ops 2 and older Call of Duty. I'm not going to go into detail about that, but it's interesting to see this many great first-person shooter games coming out in a single year. You got Destiny, you got Titanfall, obviously you already got Battlefield 4 and Ghost. It seems like of all those four that Ghost is going to be the weak game. And I know that it's going to be the last for 4 or 5 years. It's been the top selling first-person shooter game for many years. So I think it's interesting that you see this many people coming after their fan base and coming after the first-person shooter genre. And it's just like, do you really think that Call of Duty is going to be able to maintain, like I would say, probably be like king of the first-person shooters, where it's selling the most games and still maintaining that popularity? And personally, I don't want to see Call of Duty get knocked off, but I would like to see it get knocked on its ass a little bit. I'd like to see them do not sell as many or have another game come out and start to outshine them, just so that they'll try a little bit harder, so that there could be a little bit of fresh air lifted into the franchise. And to be completely honest, the Call of Duty, when you go to do a modern military shooter, I think you could do it better than what Ghost is doing currently, but at the same time, you can't really do what Titanfall and Destiny are doing, because they are completely different types of games. They are innovating. There's not really that much you can really do with a first-person shooter set in a modern military setting. But at the same time, it's the small things that they could be doing to make this series better that they're not doing. The old features, each year they add new features and take old features out, which I understood on the last generation of consoles, but now they have the power to put all of that into one game, and they're still not. The weapons list, the amount of weapons you have in the game, there should be a lot more weapons in the game. This, to me, really wasn't acceptable. It also wasn't acceptable that they didn't have theater mode. It wasn't acceptable that they didn't have the emblem creator. It wasn't acceptable they didn't have Codcaster. And even back in World at War, they had the ability to, if you shot someone in the leg or the arm with a powerful gun, like one of the high-powered sniper rifles or one of the powerful light machine guns, it would knock their entire arm off. It would be a lot more gory. Like, why isn't stuff like that being brought back into the series now that it's possible to put all of that stuff in one game? I understood on the last generation, it wasn't possible to put all that stuff in one game, but now it is. And I think that they really need to start taking a step forward and taking the small things to make this series better. And it's especially important for them to do it now, since you have this many other games coming out that could compete with Call of Duty. And like I said before, I don't want to see Call of Duty die. It's a game that I've enjoyed, and it's something different than all those other games do. It offers something completely different. Battlefield offers a much bigger, wider experience if you're into vehicles, that type of stuff. Destiny's much more into like the Titans and the parkouring stuff, and Destiny's got its own thing as well. And Call of Duty kind of offers that small, intimate, squad-based shooter realm. And I would like to see them just make important to get right, and just even the little thing to get right, and just even the little things Ghost didn't get right. It didn't add, they said that they were going to offer, in-game, like where you can knock over trees, or you could do there. It was interactive, and it really doesn't add that much of an impact to the game. Knocking over a tree doesn't do anything. Knocking over the gas station also doesn't do anything. They need to, in the map pack, I'm really hoping that they really step it up and they have something that's really neat. Like maybe you're on like a sinking ship, or you're on a place where it's flooding, and within, you start off on a map that is the size of fuel, and by time that it's done flooding, it's the size of shipment or something. They need to do something like that, something that's a little bit different. Excuse me. Something that's a little bit different. And I honestly, I hope the DLC maps have a lot better variety, and the maps are just a lot cleaner. Like they flow a lot better. A lot of the maps, to me, it feels like that you're playing half of Call of Duty, because half the maps nobody wants to play at all. I mean, at all. Like they're just automatic back out, and this map's bad. So it's really interesting, and I'm also excited for all of those games that I mentioned above. So you can expect videos from me on all the first-person shooter games, because I'm enjoying Battlefield 4 at the moment, and I'm really looking forward to Titanfall, and later down the line, Destiny. So, yeah, I guess I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.